decided to get solar panels because we were looking into ways to reduce our carbon footprint and reduce the amount of energy we're using in the house, and the easiest way was to get solar panels. We also looked at insulation, things like that, changing our boiler, but the quickest and easiest thing for us was to get solar panels, and also the most cost effective. So that was what we went with. I would say that getting solar panels is a really great way and an easy way to reduce your carbon footprint, and also to save money in the future. The payback period for us has ended up being quicker than I think we expected. And if you can get a battery or a hot water heater as well, or if you have an electric car, you can make even more use of the solar panels. So at the beginning, we had our solar panels installed along with a battery so that we could save the excess energy and use it for later if we weren't using it all at once. And we also got a device that can heat up our hot water if there's excess solar once the battery's full. We got that really because it was on offer at the time, but that's actually proved to be pretty useful. Then later, after we had the solar panels, we got our first electric car, and at that point we got a Zappi car charger installed as well, and that also integrates with our solar panels. So when we first had our solar panels, the way we used them was a little bit different to now. It's sort of changed over time. So at the beginning, we were trying to time our appliance use so that we were using our appliances when the sun was shining. So for example, we were setting the timer on the dishwasher and on the washing machine, and trying to do those things in the middle of the day. Time's sort of gone on, we've moved on to, we've had various different tariffs at different times, and we're currently on an Octopus flexible tariff. And what that means is that we can get paid for quite a good rate if we're exporting electricity between 4 and 7. So that's changed the way we use them quite a lot. So we try now not to use electricity if we can help it between 4 and 7, because that's a profitable time for us to be exporting the energy instead. In the winter, we set things like the cars to charge overnight, and sometimes we set our dishwasher to go overnight as well, or the washing machine. In the summer, we might do more of those things during the day because we've got more excess energy during the day in the summer. So at the beginning, I think we had an app that shows us how much solar is being produced and how much we're using in the house as well. So at the beginning, we were mainly learning about it from looking at the app and seeing how much energy we'd used, seeing how much we're using the battery, that sort of thing. And over time, I suppose we've got more used to what kind of things use most energy and the best times for us to be using different appliances. But I think it probably kind of developed over time a bit, and it's also changed depending on what tariff we've had. Because at the beginning we didn't have an export certificate, so that's the certificate that allows you to get paid for exporting energy to the grid. So once we did have the export certificate, it became more worthwhile for us to export when we could. So that's changed our behaviour a little bit, particularly since we've been onto the tariff, which gives us quite a high rate if we're exporting between 4 and 7. As time's sort of gone on, we've moved on to, we've had various different tariffs at different times, and we're currently on an Octopus flexible tariff. And what that means is that we can get paid for quite a good rate if we're exporting electricity between 4 and 7. So that's changed the way we use them quite a lot. So we try now not to use electricity if we can help it between 4 and 7, because that's a profitable time for us to be exporting the energy instead. In the winter, we set things like the cars to charge overnight, and sometimes we set our dishwasher to go overnight as well, or the washing machine. In the summer, we might do more of those things during the day because we've got more excess energy during the day in the summer. At the beginning, I assumed that the solar panels would work best on sunny days and would work less well on cloudy days. And that is partly true, but what I hadn't realised was the difference the time of year makes. Because obviously in December you've got really short days and the sun's also at a lower angle, so you're getting, even on a sunny day in December, you're getting a lot less solar energy, whereas in the middle of the year, like in June, July, you're getting way more solar energy. So it really increases quickly once you get into sort of April. So that was probably the main surprise for me, seeing how much the energy you produce increases in the sort of late spring and summer. And in the summer, even on cloudy days, you're still producing energy. I mean, certainly on a cloudy day, we can still produce enough electricity to cover our, you know, our main uses. I would definitely recommend that people look at getting a battery, because it really allows you to make the most of some of these flexible tariffs that are starting to come on the market. And I think in the future there's probably going to be more and more of those sorts of tariffs, and more sort of incentives for people to try and use energy at different times and stop using energy at peak hours. So I think having a battery is really key to be able to make the most of those kind of incentives and those different tariffs. And also, I suppose it feels quite positive as well when you feel like you're, you know, if you've been out all day at work, for example, and you come home and perhaps the sun's already gone down, if you've got a battery, you can still be using the energy that you've produced during the day for cooking your meal, or whatever it is you're doing in the evening. I wasn't sure what the panels would look like, but I mean, that wasn't a huge consideration for me, because I felt it was really important that we should, you know, switch to greener energy. But actually I've been really pleased with the way that they look. I think they look really smart on our roof, and our installer was really good because they put all the cabling they kept it all internal, so it's all hidden away, so we haven't got lots of wires on the roof or anything like that. So I'm actually really pleased with the way they look, and it's probably better than what I was expecting. Look at different options like batteries. Think about whether it would be helpful for you to have the device that heats your hot water as well, because we found that saves us, you know, a fair bit on gas as well as saving on the electricity. And have a think about, you know, how much solar energy you'd be able to produce and what that would save you, because I guess that's the best way to try and work out how long it would take you to make your money back. It has significantly reduced our bills, particularly because since we got the solar panels, we've purchased one fully electric car and one hybrid electric car. So most of our fuel for the cars is electricity now. And even though we've switched away from petrol to mostly electric for the cars, our electricity bill has still gone down, and our gas bill's gone down as well. Not by as much, but because we're we're using the solar sometimes to heat the hot water, we've also got saving on our gas bill. So yeah, it's definitely had a positive financial impact.